Okay, so I moved ahead a little and I went ahead and cut this through and removed the lid. I started out finishing the edge of this just by pinching in very slowly, working my way around, pinching in those sharp edges on both the box and the lid. And then I came back with this little gypsum tool, which is nothing more than just a stick with a little cutout in the end. I've made these before using a wood file, screwing it up in the vise and filing that down to kind of a sharp edge in the center, and sort of a knife-like edge. And or you can wrap sandpaper around various sizes of dowels and do the same thing to get that little scallop. And then I've gone around the edge. I'm not too concerned with finishing this completely at this point. I want to get a rounded edge, being very, very careful not to alter the shape of the lid. And then do the same to the bottom. And then place the lid in place to just double check, make sure that it still fits. Invariably, it won't exactly, but if it's soft enough, you can make little adjustments throughout the drying to be sure that it remains a good fit. Now here I just have cornstarch in this little sock, and I'm dusting the surface there with that to prevent that damp clay parts from adhering together. So that looks pretty good. I noticed a bit of a gap, more of a gap right here, but I think I can make little adjustments. I want to make sure that that lower wall lines up with the lid so that it doesn't have an underbite or an overbite. And again, follow through, keep checking this as it dries, because there will be a point where you can't do any more. So you have to make sure that all those adjustments are made while it's stiff. Now I've been thinking about maybe putting feet on this. That's not, I mean, it almost seems like a contradiction, because I mentioned earlier that I want a sense of completeness and containment about this form, and I don't want to add a handle that would be a clay addition that would distract from that. But you never know until you try it. A lot of times feet will animate a form in a way that really gives it a bit more character. So I've rolled up these balls of clay, making sure that all the balls, making them in advance, I have them here, to be sure that they're all going to be the same size. And then rolling a little cone at the end, pressing it down in my mold, which is just dry greenware. I make these things in various shapes and sizes, and just for this purpose, to make a little cone-like feet. You can dust the little ball, or you can dust the form, but it's important to get that little shape started so that the point goes all the way to the bottom of the mold. I used to use feldspar, but as you probably everybody knows, feldspar has a lot of silica, and that's not good to breathe. So cornstarch is, I'm sure, much better. All right, now I'm not going to go to the trouble here of scoring and attaching these right away, because I'm not real sure that I'm going to like the way that looks. But I want to place these feet, kind of moisten that, place these feet, and that should be enough moisture to make that stick. And anytime you're putting a little foot on, especially if it's a box, it's real important to put the foot on at the corner where the shape changes direction. I'm going to try to get these feet just underneath that little scallop in the lid, so that there's a little bit of a sense of continuous movement. And we'll see just what these legs do, or if in fact it's better without them. Okay, one thing that I do like about what I'm seeing here is that because of the lift, it not only animates this little guy, but it also, that dark shadow helps to create this line definition. So in a way, that helps that whole containment quality of this shape rather than diminishing it. So it needs a little bit of cleanup. It is large enough I can get my hand in there, so I think that's good. This is a little rough still, but I'll go around it again and again with the little gypsum tool, and that should really make that line become a very appealing part of this whole piece. It will be seen. I'll glaze up to that line as close as possible, but it will be a very important element in the whole thing. So I want to make sure that edge is real well defined. Okay, I think that probably is going to work. I'll take these off, score, slip, and attach them permanently. Thanks for watching.